The anti-gun crowd is losing their collective mind over the fact that the Supreme Court has decided the Second Amendment actually means something. By now, everyone's heard of the Garland v. Cargill case, also known as the overturning of the bump stock ban that spawned from the Vegas killing in 2017. Now, what's interesting is the reaction it's getting from the political left. Now, the gun grabbers have been desperate to categorize bump stocks and even semi-automatic rifles as illegal firearms. They use such terms as weapons of war, assault weapons, and other ridiculous nomenclatures in their attempts. Now, they're also driving themselves insane, trying to convince the public that semi-automatic rifles, specifically the AR-15, are rare and dangerous, and that when a bump stock is attached, the rifle magically becomes a machine gun. Well, the Supreme Court in this recent case has debunked those claims. Now, many argue that the Vegas killer never even used a bump stock, but that's the narrative that was created in an attempt to recategorize firearms and accessories. Now, the far-left Justice Sotomayor perpetuated the anti-gun propaganda and fear tactic from the bench when she said, quote, "The majority puts machine guns back in civilian hands," end quote. But Justice Clarence Thomas cleared things up and brought sanity back to the case when he reminded the radicals of the following. He said, quote, "We hold that a semi-automatic rifle equipped with a bump stock is not a machine gun because it cannot fire more than one shot by a single function of the trigger," end quote. So why all the hysterics from the political left? Because like a child kicking and screaming when they don't get their way, the anti-gun crowd is simply unable to control themselves. They've been convinced of things that aren't true, and they believe that they're fighting a noble cause by canceling the right to own firearms. They've been conditioned to believe that guns are dangerous while ignoring the fact that killings would not occur without a human committing the act. Political propaganda is not always targeted at a specific group of people. However, the result strategically pulls the weak-minded from those who think for themselves. In most cases, this is done by evoking fear and or anger. In this post by Giffords, you'll recognize the perpetuation of the anti-gun fear campaign and how this group manipulates their followers into believing that they're in danger. It says, SCOTUS ruled 6-3 to strike down the ban on bump stocks. Bump stocks turn semi-automatic weapons into fully automatic weapons. The court's decision is reckless and dangerous. Congress must take immediate action to keep these automatic weapons out of their communities, end quote. So March for Our Lives attempted to perpetuate anger among their followers with the following post. Breaking, SCOTUS decided to back the gun lobby, upholding the Fifth Circuit's reckless decision in Garland v. Cargill, overturning the bump stock ban that Trump put in place after the Vegas shooting. This gives mass shooters the ability to turn public spaces into war zones, end quote. The originally appointed New York Governor, Kathy Hochul, was so desperate to demonize the Supreme Court that she lied to the public. She said, quote, "Exactly 1 month ago, we marked the anniversary of the deadly Buffalo massacre, the horrific day when a hate-fueled gunman murdered 10 of our neighbors using a bump stock to transform his firearm into an even deadlier weapon," end quote. A bump stock was not used in the Buffalo killing. Regardless of the tactic used, those who have been indoctrinated to fear guns and hate the Second Amendment will likely remain in their delusional state because the political left has invested millions of dollars to keep them there. Now, for more Second Amendment content, please check out my Good Gun, Bad Guy book series at goodgunbadguy.com. Thanks for watching this clip. There's more where that came from, and we appreciate every like, every follow, and every share. So hit that subscribe button, and we'll bring you more.